Bill Cooper told his listeners exactly how he would die. Not a vague warning, not a psychic hunch, a specific, calm prediction broadcast over shortwave radio to thousands of people months before it happened. By the end of this video, one plain front door will be the reason his own prediction came true. No lucky guess. No inside tip. No coincidence, according to everyone who heard him say it live. A radio host, a hilltop home in Arizona. The year 2001. How does an ordinary man know something like that before it happens? You'd expect a claim like that from a psychic or a con man chasing an audience. Cooper was neither. He called himself an ordinary man who had simply learned to notice what everyone else ignored. His 1991 book, Behold a Pale Horse, had already made him one of the most quoted conspiracy voices in the country, passed hand to hand for a decade before most people ever heard his name. So what made people trust him? By the summer of 2001, his broadcasts had turned darker. On his show, Hour of the Time, he told listeners something big was coming, an attack the government would later blame on a man named Osama bin Laden. You probably hadn't heard that name yet. Weeks later, you would never forget it. Was that a lucky guess too? But it's what Cooper said about himself that turned out to be the most exact. He told his audience that armed men would come for him after dark, and that he would not make it through his own front door alive. He said it flatly more than once, the way you describe a weather forecast. Is that foresight? Or something closer to a plan? He'd told friends by email weeks earlier that he intended to go down fighting rather than surrender. That single detail changes the shape of the story. It isn't just about a man who saw the future, it's about a man who may have made sure of it. So which was it, really? Then came November 5th, 2001, at his home in Eager, Arizona. 17 officers took part in the operation. 2 deputies posed as ordinary drivers, trying to lure Cooper away from his own gate. It didn't work. He turned back toward the house, swerved around a roadblock the officers had set up, and wounded a deputy as he ran for his front door. Return fire cut him down only steps from that same doorway, the exact spot he had described months before on his own broadcast. His followers called it an assassination, proof that he'd finally learned too much. The Apache County Sheriff's Office called it something far less mysterious: a warrant, a confrontation, and a man who chose a gun over surrender. No official record has ever supported the idea that federal agents orchestrated his death. So which is it? Prophecy or a man who wrote his own ending? What's rarely mentioned is how specific his own words were. Not something might happen to me. Not I could be in danger. He named the time of night. He named the doorway. He said that door would be the last thing he ever saw. So did Bill Cooper really predict his own death? By every surviving broadcast and account from the people who knew him, yes. You can call it foresight. You can call it something colder. Either way, it happened exactly the way he said it would, down to the doorstep.